Hey guys, this is your Colin, bringing another Calibria Crystal Guardians video. So I was doing a live stream, trying to figure out how to make this Chimera team work with the Jungle Hearts and the Archmage. It's something I've been looking at for a while. I haven't really studied it though. I had somebody come into the chat and kind of fix everything I was doing wrong. So big shout out to Designs for Life. I really appreciate the help, man. Definitely needed the support. I was able to clear the other Chimeras without a problem, but I was stuck on the evil Chimera. I was losing like 3 out of 4 runs. I wasn't sure what I was doing wrong. So basically the Evil Chimera is going to hurt your Archmage every turn. So what you want to do is put them on a set of Drain Runes. Just can be a 1-star to 3-star set. You're really just looking for the passive, where you're draining 35%. And then the skills you want on your Archmage, you need to have them speed tuned a little bit if you want to run them with the Druid, but it doesn't really matter. You could run them with no speed at all. I'm running mine just to make sure he goes before the Jungle Hearts, and as long as he's going before the Jungle Hearts so that they can buff his skill 3, you'll be fine. The other stats don't really matter too much. He's really just there to reflect the damage, which is his skill 3, Judgement Blade. Another good thing that was pointed out by Designs for Life is if you can Sanctify him. I don't have a second Archmage to Sanctify mine, but there is a Thorn Armor Sanctify skill that basically increases all reflect damage, and that's just going to increase your run times. It's going to speed it up. So I'll do that eventually down the road once we get another Archmage that we can toss into him. The other thing he said to do was bring a defense breaker, so of course I click her off. I brought my Succubus. I didn't think I had runes on her, but I do. She's got a little, I think about 80% hit. Come on thing, there we go. So her skill 3 does an attack boost and a defense break. We're just using her for the defense break because the reflected damage will deal that much more damage. Or the skill 1 will too. She's got 81 speed, she's definitely going to go first. Her hit percentage, 78-25, so yeah. She's definitely got over 100% hit. So it should land every time, and you only need 4 Jungle Hearts. I've got one that is, you need to have them all evolved to get their skill 3 to unlock. It's their skill 3 that you're interested in, which increases the skill 3 of the Archmage, so that he can reflect the entire time. These guys don't have any runes on them. So we'll go into the fight real quick, and we'll just run one battle through each Chimera, so you can see how it's working. But I probably failed 10 or 12 times on the Evil Chimera trying to figure out what I was doing wrong before I got corrected. Alright, so he's got the attack boost, defense break on the Chimera. We got the boosted skill 3, that little sword animation. That's the reflect damage coming off the Archmage. Run times are actually pretty quick. And I may play with it in the future if I can get some decent drain runes. Just toss them on the Archmage and build him as a DD. See if it'll increase the run times even more. I'd say we're about 35 seconds into the fight. I was a little late to start my timer. And the drain runes are literally, like you're saying, it's giving him enough HP to stay up. Otherwise he'll die more than likely right before he kills the boss. Or he'll die with the boss. And if he dies with the boss, that still counts as a loss for you. Yeah, I'd say that was about 1 minute and 10 seconds based off my timer, but I was a little late to start it. So we'll go ahead and jump into the next ones. I don't have any conflict runes except for a few, so I'm just going to hang on to a couple of these rares, 5 stars. I probably won't roll them, but they'll be there in case I need them to act as a filler slot. So we'll go to Chaotic next. I've still got all this stuff in there. It's not needed at all. I definitely just need 4. We'll take out the Druid and just stick in the Succubus again for that defense break. Anything we can do to speed up the team. Missed the defense break. Even with the boss. I forgot to start my timer yet again. I guess I can run through them one more time and just kind of do that at the end. But the premise is the same for all three of the Chimera. There's nothing you're going to do different. When we do the lawful one, you'll see where he does a, I want to say petrify, I don't think that's what it's actually called. We'll take a look at the skill when we get in there. But it cuts down on your max HP, and I think it stops at about 50%. Definitely not the most exciting content, but at least you guys can see that it actually works. Another Chimera down, so we'll go to the final one. I'll actually do a time on that. So we'll do a time on the lawful. For the sake of a 10-minute video, I won't go back to the other ones. We're just going to be a little bit over 10 minutes if we do that. So we'll take you out, stick the succubus back in. And like I said, we only need 4 of these, but we'll see if it works with 4. It should. And start the timer. So from the time that we click the start button until the time he kills the boss, we're already at 6 seconds and haven't even loaded in yet. Succubus did her job, got the defense breakout. 30 seconds in, he's down a quarter hit points. So with the skill 3, you can see we're not taking damage, so it doesn't really matter if our max HP goes down. That's not what we're using to stay alive to begin with. We're a minute and 10 seconds in from the time we hit the start button. It seems like this might be the slowest boss to fight. Couple of summons we're going to do at the end of the video as well. So we're 2 minutes into the fight, so alright. I would say it takes roughly 2 minutes to kill. Oh, didn't want to do that again. We'll just exit out of this one. I don't mind wasting a little bit of energy. Save the video some time. I was just a little bit slow. Alright, so I would say lawful takes, based on my timer, 2 minutes and 3 seconds from the time that we hit the start button. Chaotic probably takes right at 2 minutes, and Evil probably takes 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. So not bad run times at all. I'm sure there's things we can do to make it faster, especially if I get some decent drain runes for the Archmage, to where he's actually dealing damage with his skill 1 when he's doing his counter attacks and multiple turn attacks. So we covered that for a viewer that actually left a comment and a like on my video. And same thing with you guys. If there's anything you want me to test out and do, just leave a comment below. I have no problem testing anything. As soon as I can make time, I always get to it. We really haven't climbed Spire yet, as much as we should. I'm going to be doing that hopefully in the next week or two. See if we can't get to the top. Maybe we'll use some of this reflect damage there. Let's see. I gotta store some stuff so we can do these summons. Just made another Nat 5, or Nat 5. I just made another 6-star today. Took Mountain King up. I'm gonna start focusing on taking all of my Nat 5s up. I've also finished leveling all my Holy Swordsmen for that team. If you guys want to see that in action, I just don't have the runes yet. So we're gonna start farming tons of conflict runes, and then I'll do a video about that Holy Swordsman team. I definitely messed up some runes today. It's going to take me a while to figure out where they all need to go back. That's our dupe Enchantress. Maybe we can convert her into something nice in the future. Should have plenty of space. We'll go ahead and do these 22 summons. Of course I would get scrolls, you know, right after the Odin event. Odin and Bone King event stop. But I need fodder as much as anything else at this point. If we happen to pull a Nat 5, I guess pulling a second Archmage again wouldn't be too bad. So I can sanctify this one and speed up those run times. That would probably take us down to 1.5 to 1 minute run time. And I wonder if I put Thorn Spirit in with the Archmage, because she's got to reflect damage too. I wonder if it doubles up. I might give that a shot and make her fast enough where she goes before everybody, so when he does his first attack, it sends back damage from everyone. Cerberus is a good Nat 3 for PvP. Honestly, all we're hoping for are Nat 5s. Nat 4s, most of them that I'm using I've got built out. We could use skill ups on all of them, honestly, but definitely leaning more towards the Nat 5 area. Decided to hold off on building some of my Nat 3s, but this Troll Lancer, I saw my guild talking about him earlier. The Troll Lancer and the Wolf, I can't remember the Wolf's actual name, are actually surprisingly good units in Guild War. I got wrecked by one the other day. Didn't expect it. I went in and the team was mostly level 35s, the Wolf was 40. And I knew they were going to be speedy, but I didn't expect them to deal enough damage to take out my tanky team, and they definitely destroyed my team. So then I went in with the Cleave team, and I was just a little bit slower, so they managed to kill that too. So I've definitely got to start spending more time building up speed runs. Got some gold, Angel of Death. I think I've already got 2 or 3 of her sitting in my box on top of the one that's already 6-star at Sanctified. That was pretty lucky. Second gold, Orc. Or Ogre. Might have enough to take him up to 4 or 5, or 5 or 6-star now. Really just want to pull that. Nat 5s I don't have the Archmage or the Bone King. Probably burned through most of my luck in that last summon video where we tried to get the Bone King. Ended up with 3 Nat 5s though. 2 more scrolls. Not looking like we're gonna get anything today. Alright, well, hopefully that helps you guys out some. I know it wasn't the most exciting video, but I definitely got asked to make one about clearing out the lair. It was my first time clearing all the chimeras with that team, so I'll probably start working on some other teams. Do a search, see if anybody's built any really fast teams, but I think it's going to be pretty hard to beat that Reflect team with the Archmage and the Jungle Hearts. If you guys know of anything else you want to see, just let me know in the comments below. I hope you all have a great week and weekend.